in a way that I can satisfy my conscience that whatever we are doing is the right thing to do. But I believe this is the right way for this.
Well, you are not proactive.
As I've said repeatedly, this is one area I would like to streamline.
You don't have any reasons.
I wouldn't want the next governor coming to grapple with these issues. I feel that repositioning the state as we are doing goes beyond infrastructure, goes beyond school.
No, it's not you.
Public service that can carry the weight of policy execution.
Okay,
now, the other side is that at the end of this,
yes, 5 minutes ago,
teachers, primary school teachers, secondary school teachers, and the public service generally will not have salary challenges anymore in this state with the arrangements we have made.
I would work like
and by next year, you will also do a lot of training.
Those events go to the way from home, and
teachers have to
we're not going live. We're not going live.
Civil servants of all descriptions have to be scheduled for various trainings, and we are building the institutions right there in this state. So that's about that. So I want all of you to key into
this 21. Wow, very bad, man.
At the end of this,
27 is very bad. Very bad.
What are they on now?
So the young school leaders who are valuable for employment, develop the database, go and
are they on now? Why do you talk?
Okay, what would you talk to the
so there are a lot of good things.
Put the audio, put the video, remove the audio. Put the video, remove the audio.
People should get ready to make sacrifices in the interest of our state. We want a situation where
the room is from here now. It's picking audio from here. It's not picking audio from this thing.
The audio is coming. Well, maybe we go first now.
Where you put them?
For your understanding and for your participation
Check the
in this countryman direct system. I have messages here about people who are taking salaries that they are not entitled to, people who have fake certificates. We have messages about those who are taking salaries without going to work, those who are taking salaries of people who are dead and who have since retired. A lot of agencies
I'm not trying for there now.
are mentioned.
Which stores you put on now?
I only looking for them now. Everything should back watch now.
No, for the digital missile now. The missile, you put them for the missile.
And then
I would not be for my event for screen for them now.
Which source?
It's an ongoing
for now. You know
what people have been asking.
Ima, you are on air now. I can see you on air.
We do those things now.
Now verification. What is the report? What is the result? We are going to see the result now. We are going to see the result. We're taking time to collate all these reports, comparing one report with the other.
Off the mic.
In this, so I'm creating an opportunity for them to go and satisfy. They prove the panels wrong, then the salaries come back. We're not sacking anybody. But if we suspect that we have come
put the video where you see, so that we will correct anything we want to correct. Put them with anything where you see there. Put them
on there. We have created a panel of inquiry for you. You go there and satisfy them. And tell us who authorized the employment. And the governor's approval that authorized it. Since I've been governor, I've not
so try to change this thing to inbuilt. You on your own, try to change this thing to inbuilt.
I don't change it, you know.
That's why this other laptop you want to use up. My own.
This card, the advice for this system. This is why I call it will take time.
If I know what that means, I understand they are not doing their job very well, but that's a different thing. I authorize it. I authorize the employment of protocol officers. And then very few appointments, very few employments authorized. So once you fall into any category, don't worry, your salary is kept in an account we call unpaid salaries account. we stop it, and then we ask you to go to the Commission of Inquiry to prove yourself, and then you come back, go to your office and work, collect your salary as usual. And it will cut across all, from the local government system, to the school system, to the health system, and even to the pensions. Those who are pensioners that are collecting 500 million every month in this state. I want to know from community to community who these pensioners are. And I'll be engaging community leaders to do community verifications of these people. We are not joking. Being a governor of a state like this is not a joke. I've got a job to do. I'm sorry if this policy affects people adversely, especially those who are causing this wastage and unnecessary leakage. But we've got a job to do. I'd like you to know that. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Your Excellency. For those who want to engage His Excellency on this media chat, we provided some platforms you can send in your messages, observations, or suggestions. We have on Facebook, I am HS Dixon. I am HS Dixon is one word. You use lowercase on Facebook. I am HS Dixon. And then on Twitter, the Twitter handle is at I am HS Dixon. At I am HS Dixon. That is the Twitter handle. The same lowercase. And then to stream live, you can go to at Bielsa New Media. Bielsa New Media is one word. Bielsa New Media, at Bielsa New Media on Facebook to stream live. Or you can send your text messages to the number 081 327 986 48. 0813 279 8648. 0813 279 8648. Your Excellency, probably in the course of the program, you may need to give out these numbers you call. But for now, let's take the next question from Alambo Daton. Sorry, from Winston Akpadio, rather. Winston Akpadio of Ray Power FM 102.5.
Your Excellency, over the number of years since your restoration government came into operation, the state has remained one of the most peaceful states in the country. And not only peaceful, it has also become very, very safe. We know what it was like before you took over the reins of leadership. But in recent times, we have heard of Crocodile Smile being relaunched by the Nigerian Army. And Bayelsians are beginning to get worried over that because they're not too much aware of what it's all about. And we want to find out what is the restoration government doing to enlighten Bayelsians on the idea of Crocodile Smile in the state, be a very peaceful state.
Well, thank you very much. I won't speak for the military authorities who are organizing that exercise. That is a military exercise. The state government is not involved in it. But as governor of this state, the commanders have come to explain a few things to me and to inform me. Because my position is clear. Once the military wants to do anything in this state, I tell them to brief me. And I also ask them always to be as professional as they can be. But let's be clear, this state has been very peaceful. Yes, it's been peaceful as a result of the collaboration and the hard work that all security forces have been doing. It's been peaceful because of the support of the government and the community, the work of the community leaders. So it's been a collective work. And the security services and the military have been a critical component of that success story. I give all of them credit for it. In my view, the military they have their job to do. And if in their judgment, they think that an operation like this helps them to train themselves, to prepare for situations, real or imagined. It prepares them to deal with and understand the environment better. I can see that right away. For me, I think that an exercise which involves going around the various creeks in a show of force has the advantage of scaring away the bad guys, of denying freedom of movement to some of these terrible boys out there who don't care about the lives and properties of people. You recall that some weeks ago there were cases of piracy in some local government areas, and an exercise like this, professionally conducted, in my view, has a way of impacting directly on the safety and security ratings of the state. So I have listened to the military officers, and the exercise in this respect has my support. It has my support. And I call on all in Bayelsa to also support them. They have also explained to me, the commanders have explained to me, that in the course of these patrols, it's essentially patrols, and a show of presence, and they're entitled to that. But that in the course of that, they will also, in some select communities, also carry out community outreach programs, trying to support community, carrying out medical outreach. And it's not the first time it has happened. Every year since I've been governor, we have been, I've had military, one arm of the military or the other, coming to engage and do community service. It's like community service. It's almost like what youth corpers do every Friday. It's community service. So they want to interface and support the communities in their own little way, you know. And I don't see why not. I don't see why not. So I believe that our people should support the government, support the military in this. I've asked them to be as professional as they can be. And you can trust me. The military themselves know that if they do anything that I consider or our people consider unethical and wrong, if they behave in any manner that is outside their professional calling, you can trust me that I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak up. You can trust me. The people of this state know me. So if they are coming to harm you, I won't be the one supporting it. No, you should know me. You trust me. But I believe that a number of the things we hear are not founded. Just propaganda that people are spreading. So community leaders in the areas that the military intends to carry out community outreach programs should embrace the military. Allow them to serve you. They are your military. They are coming here to serve you, to attend to people who are sick. They are doctors who are doing that, medical doctors. So that, for me, is not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I know we live in very terrible times, and it's unfortunate that as a result of circumstances and situations, a lot of unfounded rumors are going around. But I think we shouldn't be in a country where we have to ourselves suspect our own military, not a foreign military. Our own military, our brothers and sisters. You have your own Bayelsa officers and men and soldiers serving in all these operations in other states as well. I endorse the exercise. I feel if they're acting professionally, which I've asked them to, which I believe they will do, they should go ahead, patrol the creeks, chase out the pirates, chase out the kidnappers, chase out the vandals, chase out all the terrible criminals and so on. And I already have briefings about a few things that are going on. So we want to work with the military and all security agencies to keep Bayelsa safe. That's my mandate. And as you all know, I don't play with that mandate. Okay? But again, Bayelsans, I've asked them that they should not visit a community lightly unless there is a compelling reason. Unless there is a compelling reason. I don't support military going into communities unless I'm told and unless we understand the circumstances. They have told me the communities, they will learn to do community service, and they have my support for that. But the exercise Operation Crocodile Smile is a patrol in our waterways and creeks and in the rivers. And that has to be supported. But if there is any untoward behavior, any unprofessional conduct, the lines are there. Call me and I will take it up with them. I won't support any unprofessional behavior or misconduct. No intimidation of our people. You all know where I stand on these matters. But we shouldn't say they cannot carry out patrols. Okay?
Excellency, we will go over the platforms that have been created already. On Facebook, I am HS Dixon, one word. I am HS Dixon, one word on Facebook. On Twitter, the Twitter handle is I am HS Dixon, that is on Twitter. At I am HS Dixon, that's the Twitter handle. And then to stream live, you go to Bayelsa New Media on Facebook. At Bayelsa New Media, one word on Facebook. They are all lowercase. Or you can send your text messages to the number 0813 279 8648. 0813 279 8648. Joseph Mapepo, FM 95.5.
Does it mean for Bayelsa in the future? Thank you very much. What does the present focus on education mean for Bayelsa in the future? As the crux of your question, it means good things. It means a more stable Bayelsa, because investment in education is not something that brings immediate results. Yes, now we are seeing our state rising from 20-something position in WAEC to number 5. Last year was number 6. This year we are number 5. Rising from 20-something in NECO to now number 3. Yes, these are visible signs, but you see, what you will see, what this state will see in the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, that's when the real result will be seen. That's when the real result for those who will be around, and we pray that all of us should be around to see the fruits of this investment. This state is programmed to be number 1 in education. Issues of finance are not secret. As far as I'm concerned, they are public matters. We discuss it publicly. Everybody has a record of what we are spending and everything. You go to agric, I have an agric team. You go to healthcare, I have a health team. You go to even your friends in the media, I have a media team. If you go to infrastructure, I have an infrastructure team. You go to tourism, I have a tourism team. So every sector, I don't believe in one man knowing all. No, I don't believe that. So what I do, I challenge people who work with me. I give the directive and the vision, and I challenge every member to work to actualize it. And I discuss the modalities of actualizing it with you, the cost, time frame, and everything. So, look, I've been running a very serious-minded government. And we've been spending, so far we've spent now going to almost 56 billion naira in education. 56 billion. And if you check what we have been receiving, education and health care and infrastructure, these roads, bridges, that's where we spend a lot of money. And every month after salaries, whatever is left, we channel it. Other ministries will have to wait. That's what it means by prioritizing education. And I agree with the Senate. In fact, if there is anything the federal government should do as a matter of urgency, it is the issue of education. All our schools have collapsed, including secondary schools that have produced presidents, 4 or 5 presidents have collapsed. Look at Bariwa College, for example. Produced all the leaders of the North that became presidents and heads of states. Those are schools that if they were preserved, people would be sending their children to. That's what people do in America, in London, in Canada, and in most serious countries. Queen's College, King's College. Those are schools that have made a name, and yet they are not having the kind of attention. Look at Government College Umuaya, government that where Ashebe produced the life of Ashebe, Elisha Amadi, and so on and so forth. Look, this country has been very serious as far as I'm concerned in the area of education, much more than in any other area. So I agree with the decision of the Senate, but unfortunately it's not something that the National Assembly, and it's not an executive, it's not a legislative matter. The executive has to believe in it. If there is one area we need an emergency for, it is in the area of education. I understand the President has directed his Minister of Education to summon a conference. That is a step in the right direction, but they should move further than that. There has to be commitment, personal commitment and vision, the way we are doing it in Bayelsa. So that within this period, even in this recession, now with the investments we have made and the commitment, Bayelsa has the best set of public schools, public secondary schools. I say public because if you go to some of these big cities, states and so on, it is a private investments that have built the fine schools. Most of the other schools you see are private, missionary churches, faith-based organizations. But if you are talking of public, that is from the state governments. This state right now as we stand, even when I've not rounded up, this state as we stand has the best set of public secondary schools. You cannot see any school like the John National Academy in any state of the Federation. I've not seen, I've not heard. And we have not stopped there. The modern schools are opening. More and more every month are opening. And they are not just purpose-built, they are burdened and they are free. Look at the revolutionary dimension we have added. They are free. So even if states have this type of schools, theirs may not be free. So this is how far we have taken education. And this is not just an investment for Bayelsa. It's an investment that will secure stability in this state, in the Niger Delta region, and in Nigeria. If there is any government, if there is any state that is investing for peace, stability, order, and prosperity and development, it is Bayelsa. It's Bayelsa. We are investing in people. Investing in people is not what my country people in Bayelsa, most of them, understand it to be. They understand it to be somebody giving them money directly. If we do build a school and your children are there, we have invested in people, in your future. If we have built a hospital to take care of the sick, we have invested in people so that people will be healthy. If we build a road, build a bridge, by which you travel within a shorter period and at a cheaper rate, even when I build that road, this Oporoma road to Ayama, Egebri, it became easier for people from Oporoma, Southern Nigeria people to travel home. So that every journey every person will make We are giving them 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 without them knowing. That is what it means by investing in the people. And I welcome the resolution by the Senate, and also the renewed interest shown by the President and his Minister of Education. I look forward actually to collaborating and working with them, so I can learn from our experiences here in Bayelsa.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I will still go over the platforms. I am HS Dixon, one word, lowercase on Facebook. I am HS Dixon on Twitter, that is the Twitter handle, I am HS Dixon. And then to stream live, go to Bayelsa New Media on Facebook. Messages to the 0813-279-8648. We'll take the next question from Mekade Anderson.
Good afternoon once again, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Mekade.
Recently, sir, there's been a heightened clamor regarding the call for the restructuring of Nigeria, as we currently know it, towards making it a more free and egalitarian society. Times without number, you've reiterated your stance. We just want to know if you still stand by that, or whether there's been a change.
Well, Nikada, you need to know that my politics is different from the politics of a number of other politicians. My politics is informed by what is in the fundamental interest of my people. That's why I keep saying, and a number of people know me, I am not a politician of convenience, whose positions will change according to changes in the weather. I'm a politician of conviction. And my views on this are essentially what has informed my politics. Since the dawn of this democratic era, 1998 till now, I've been part of the struggles of my people. Whereas I believe that these struggles should be pursued through non-violent and political means, I believe that these issues should be raised from time to time. And therefore, my views on structuring are very well known. I believe that if we want a balanced and stable and united Nigeria that will stand the test of time, we've got no option than to review the structure of the country. That's what restructuring means. We've got to review, we've got to meet, build consensus, put all our cards on the table, our fears as well as the complaints, and then find a way around it. The present attitude of the federal government and the president to the issue of restructuring is something I disagree with. I'm unlike other politicians. I stand with my people. And I'm in politics, not for myself, but for the people. As a Bayelsan, as governor of this state, as an German, as a Nigerian from the Niger Delta, as a Nigerian progressive, politician of the progressive, I believe that this country has to have a meeting and discuss how we can make Nigeria more stable, more prosperous, and therefore a Nigeria that can last. We love Nigeria. Those of us who are talking about restructuring are the true lovers of this country. There are those who feel they have advantages they want to protect, so they want a status quo maintained. Now, in that case, you're either talking of an individual interest, or you are talking of a regional interest, or you are talking of an ethnic interest, or you are talking of... So, you are not talking of Nigerian interest. Those who genuinely and truly believe in Nigeria want a stable egalitarian, fair Nigeria that all can call home. So that you don't always have this issue of agitations from time to time. Now, agitations are normal, by the way. So, all this heck about agitations from south, from southeast, I don't understand. Every country is an artificial creation. Every country in the world. It is the duty and responsibility of leaders to rise to the occasion and address the complaints and fears, even if those fears are imaginary, even if those fears are unreasonable. You explain and you engage. Up till now, our own colonial masters, United Kingdom, is still dealing with their own issues of restructuring, dealing with issues of devolution of powers to Scotland, to Wales, to Northern Ireland. And last year, the Scottish had a referendum on whether they should be an independent nation or not. Heavens did not fall. Because you engage and you create a platform for people to ventilate. I don't believe, honestly, that other selected interest groups will meet behind closed doors and agree on the issues we need to address now. You don't need to address everything. Nation building is a work in progress. And no one generation does it forever and says, okay, we are done. Americans have had how many constitutional amendments? And they are still proposing more. So that's the kind of thing we need. Therefore, the buck stops at the table of Mr. President. He's got to rise to the occasion and unify this country more. The country is too divided. The country has been left to drift for too long with this division. The divisions are rather getting deeper and deeper by the day. And that's not good for the Nigeria we love. Nobody should tell anybody in Bayelsa or a Niger man or a Niger Delta man and claim that they love Nigeria more than us. They don't even understand the sacrifices we are making to keep Nigeria going. So when we talk about restructuring, get it clear, we are talking as Nigerian patriots. We are talking as Nigerian patriots. And so for us, our position continues to remain that we stand for restructuring. The joint nation stands for restructuring. And this state clearly will work with all allies and friends and partners and those who share our vision of a restructured and truly federal Nigeria to make Nigeria a bastion of stability and prosperity. Because Nigeria is so critical to the world. We are the leading black nation. And yet, because of inability of leaders to rise to the occasion, we are still tottering like a toddler instead of standing tall like the giants that we are meant to be. So, the president should set up that bipartisan body, not a talk shop. It doesn't have to be loud. And the discussions do not have to be acrimonious. So that we can take the first set of amendments. All the amendments that the National Assembly has been doing are cosmetic amendments. Cosmetic, that do not address the real issues. So we've got to begin to address those issues. We've got to ask ourselves why states cannot have more autonomy in the area of law enforcement, for example. We've got to ask ourselves what are really the federating units we need for a stable and progressive Nigeria. We've got to ask ourselves what kind of police we need, what kind of judiciary do we need. We've got to ask ourselves why a land dispute in my village should end up at the Supreme Court of the Federal Republic. We've got to ask ourselves how we form the police, how we form the judiciary, and what kind of governmental system we can run. So these are fundamental issues that are embedded in this call for restructuring. And how do you form states? How do you continue to form states? Whether you look at the issue of resource control or not, the oil is running out. So we get to a point in the life of this country where we will sit down and ask ourselves, how do we form this federation and the component unit? So this is why my position will always be to support the call for a restructured and fair Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Alan Bodato of Creek FM will take the next question, and after the answers, we will take reactions from the public. I have so many papers in front of me. Apparently, there are reactions from members of the public who have been listening to you. So, Alan Bodato, you quickly take your question. I hope it's a very short one. Thank you.
Your Excellency, recently you signed the Direct Labor Agency bill into law. What is the real import of this law, and how soon are Bayelsans going to see its implementation and feel its impact? And permit me, sir, to quickly add, is there any way, sir, you can draw the attention of the federal authorities to the issue of flooding? Because I was in Biseni recently, the people over there are really suffering. If the federal government can support the state government to do embankments and then Sandfield, some of these communities that are close to the river banks, close to the river Niger. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother. Let me sympathize with all our communities and property owners whose lives have been affected adversely by the flood. I've been going around, even driving to Allegri. That day I saw the havoc that the flood, the water is already causing our people. I've driven to a number of other communities, including my own community. The flood is terrible this year. And we are used to flooding every year, by the way, but it's becoming very unbearable now, because you remember what happened in 2012. I mean, all our communities almost were evacuated. But unfortunately, we've not seen much from the federal government. I've not been told of anything that the federal government has done. Well, maybe those who are in the party at the center, the APC leaders in this state may tell us what they have been able to bring to this state. I have not seen anything. Not seen anything that the APC-led federal government has brought to Bayelsa. I have not seen. Like I said, maybe they know. Maybe they have brought things that I don't know, but I am not aware as governor that the federal government has made any effort in this respect. Bayelsa is actually one of the states that should regularly, routinely, because of our terrain, get support from the federal government, the Federal Ministry of Environment, and through the Ecological Fund particularly. Last week I received the team from the Ecological Office, but unfortunately we haven't really received anything from the federal in this government. I hope and pray that the situation changes, but I'm reporting the situation as it is up till this moment. So communities, the agency for the SEMA, I think I'll be seeing them next week to assess, to get a report of the flooding situation. I know they are working hard. They are, I believe, even in closer contact with the NEMA, the national agency, but the last report they gave to me was that nothing had been sent. They had not received anything. So when I hear from them next week, we will know. But I sympathize with all of you in all the affected areas. Biseni is always a flashpoint. That Biseni, Kobe Zarama area is always flashpoint. It's a very swampy area. It's one of the first places we get the heat from. together with the communities along the River North and the Focados. So I sympathize with our state, with the communities and people who are affected. The direct labor agency, yes, on Friday, that's 3 days ago, I signed the direct labor bill that I sent to the House. So right now, you have a direct labor agency law of the state. Why we propose that law to the Assembly, and again I thank the Assembly for quickly passing it into law, is because we, in a recession, you spend your way out. You inject more funds. Apart from paying salaries and so on, you inject more funds into public works, which is what we have been doing. I want to continue to do that. But we have also discovered that most of the jobs we give, most of the contractors employ a lot of our people, yes. But we want, in addition to the contract, we want to be free to directly, create a mechanism where our agencies, our ministries, and others directly undertake jobs. There has been no such mechanism from Lamesia's government till now. I think there have been attempts to propose this bill, but it wasn't passed before now. So I thought it was a good thing to propose it again, and this time the Assembly saw to it that they passed it quickly. We need to have a formal way by which government agencies carry out direct labor. It's not every small community development we want to do that we give to a contractor and pay tax, and then the contractor will make profit. It's good for contractors to make profit. But then the focus of this agency, the ministries can contract. Contracting will still go on. But in this direct labor agency, we will do direct work. If we want to do any small repairs of potholes and so on, why should we contract it, for example? So the direct labor agency will employ all our people. When we give them the jobs to do, they will go and hire all the carpenters who know how to work, the bricklayers who know how to work, and supervise them, the engineers who are available. So that is the mechanism we have run. It's a structured one so that the Assembly can oversight, and I can also, at the executive level, oversight. So that bill, I believe, will carry a lot of our youth along. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. There's still one question to be asked, but let's take a reaction from members of the public to enable them know that they are engaging with His Excellency. I'll take the first one. It goes, this comes from Mr. Samuel. Mr. Samuel he resides in Amarata, and he says, Your Excellency, well done for your numerous achievements, especially infrastructure. You always criticize Abuja-based Bayelsa politicians of residing in Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt instead of Bayelsa, which I concur to. Sir, I will want to know where you will reside after your tenure elapses.
That's a good countryman. Thank you for caring about my welfare after my tenure as governor. Quite frankly, I've started thinking about it. But I'm a countryman. I don't hope to be far from Bayelsa. For me, it's going to be Yanagwa here, and then my village. You know, I've always had a farm in this Yanagwa since year 2000 at Yemeglu. So yesterday I was on my farm, by the way, and I harvested some of my farm produce. You know, I caught some plantains, a lot of bundles of plantain, a lot of bunches. And I have my fish farms there. My fish there are doing very well. I can report that to you. Even in my village, my farm, I took a small loan, and we are doing something. So for me, my options are clear. Man proposes, God disposes. Otherwise, my plan is to be in Yanagwa with two people. because we have to support this state to succeed. I'm very passionate about this state. Very passionate about this state. But I still have some time. I still have 2 years and 4 months or 5 months or so. So there's time to think about it. Mainly, that's the way I'm thinking. I don't intend to be far from this state, because we must all continue to give support to whoever is governor. For me, it doesn't matter who the person, doesn't even matter the party. Once we fight elections and it is over, we have to support whoever is there. To give support to the person, to ensure that the state continues to move, and we are available to give that support, to do any assignment that the incoming governor wants me to do for the state. So I won't be away. Apart from that, I'm very clear about what I will not be doing. I will not be fighting a governor. I know the challenges. I know what whoever is governor here will be dealing with. So my duty will be to continue to give support and encouragement and advice once that advice is sought for. Unlike what people do after, when you leave office, you don't create instability. You don't try to distract the person who is there, because you've seen it all. Now in this state, with the unfortunate passing of our leader, Chief Alamesia, I am the one who has governed Bayelsa longest as governor. And so, nobody can tell me, nobody alive can tell me that he or she knows or understands the challenges of winning this place or governing this place more than me. So I hope that when we do the elections and the new governor comes, my duty, as far as I understand it, will be to always give encouragement and support. If I have any views, I have my way to pass across without creating problems. All this issue, this former governor, former this is holding meetings, former this wife is holding, that is irresponsible. You don't do that. It's irresponsible. When you are a leader in office or out of office, your first duty is to support your state. The first duty is to support and encourage and stabilize. That's what you do. That's why American presidents and other British presidents, once they leave office, you don't see them talking, holding meetings and all this. That's irresponsible. Why should you do that? You want money, you want contract, you want free money, you want appointment. No, why should you want appointment? You allow the person who is there to run the show. You can only support and guide. But it's political immaturity that after leaving offices and so on, even offices that are far, you still want to come with so and be holding small this and spread stories, and that's irresponsible leadership. I won't do that. I hope that my tendency will prevail at the election. Our tendency will win. But it's not time for politics, so I'm not talking politics. But after that, whichever way the elections go, my duty will be to support and encourage and pray for the success of whoever will be there. After all, the person will be living, working in this office we have built, the best office in the country. The person is traveling, most probably is traveling through the roads that are constructed. All the person's relations are attending schools and hospitals are built. If a person is flying out of Bayelsa, he'll be flying from the airport, 3.5 kilometer airport, and so our mark is already made. So you don't compete. But once you finish your tenure, you don't quarrel, you don't fight, you don't compete. You only support from behind. From behind. So that's what I intend to do, and that means I'll be around in the world and living in this area quite for some time. Thank you for caring about me. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. We will take more reactions, but before then, we just want to let our listeners and our viewers know that Niger Delta Television is live on terrestrial television channel 25 on UHF, and you can also access NDtv on YouTube. That is, if you have data. We'll take the next reaction. Winston Akpabio will read the next reaction.
Your Excellency, people are listening to what you're saying, and I guess they're also very, very appreciative of your government. There is a speech from Mr. Boniface Honor. He says, I didn't read what he has here. He says, Governor Dixon, you have done so much in the area of education. That is why I call you the wise man of the Ijaw nation. I want you to do so in other areas, especially agriculture. If this is done, everybody will be allowed or given the idea of owning a farm, no matter how big or small. He now goes on to give a piece of advice here. He says, in my thinking of a local farming product, it will be the best way to go to get the people fed by allowing them to set up their own farms within a short time. And he says, if this is done, there will be enough food on the table of the people in Bayelsa State. So he's commending you for what you've done in education, and also advising that you put in place or give them opportunity to set up small farms.
Thank you very much, Boniface. Thank you very much for your kind words and your suggestion. We have, well, education. It's good to continue to talk about it, and because we declared an emergency and we gave it enhanced funding. But if you look at what is happening in healthcare, there's also a revolution in healthcare delivery. Hospital facilities never before imagined are now here, and we are going to do more and more. We will stop investing in healthcare because, as I said earlier, you see, we are in politics for the people. For me, my mandate here, my politics is all about the people, you, the people there. And for me, healthcare, education, healthcare, then how do you live? How do you get to your places? How do you open up, both for your comfort, your convenience, and for the economy? So the roads and the bridges and all these things we are doing. But there's also a silent revolution, Boniface, going on in agriculture. Not many people know that we have the largest state-owned cassava farms in Bayelsa. Not people know that. With the processing plants, the value chain, the whole value chain. But we run into some issues. You know, it's not everything that is within your control as governor. Some delays in clearing equipment at the port. Otherwise, by now, that factory would have been working. And we'll get it installed. We have taken actions again in that. And I hope that the cassava starch producing factory will be set. The whole idea is to revolutionize cassava farming, so that even farmers can be supported to plant, and then the factory will buy up everything. Because people need it, they process starch so much, they have already ordered for it. So that itself is revolutionary. Not to talk of the aquaculture villages we are setting up. So a lot is going on. Aquaculture farm, the one in Obogoro, the one we have done in the area, actually in Enegwe, there, and other ones in other LGs. So a lot is going on, and I hope to consolidate on that. And Boniface, in no distant time, I believe you will see the effects of this. But I agree with you, we're also thinking of ways of creating avenues for the general public to benefit from some of these facilities and be enabled to set up small farms. At the executive level, we have started it. Members of the executive council have all been given small loans. They are accessed from banks, small loans to start their own farms, which they are paying. We take it from their salaries. And Boniface, you should know that for this to work, it's not free money. When we create these mechanisms, people should borrow money and pay back. Because that's why our people don't know how to run businesses. They all want to get free government money. And they think that will last forever. It doesn't last forever. And once they leave government, they come back to square zero. That's what is happening. So, what we want to, like now, we have announced a 1 billion facility for rural women empowerment. And I told the women to be grouped into, I told the team to go around to group them into cooperative societies. And this money will be a loan, and they have to pay back. So there will be accountability and there will be hard work and commitment. Otherwise, we'll see that government money and then blow it. That's the bane, that has been the bane of this state, the economy of this state. So we're trying to change that benefit. But thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. I will take one question, then we'll take more reactions. Your Excellency, finally your party, the PDP, appears to be at peace with itself now. And the plan is to take over leadership at the federal level in 2019. As a strong party man, will you say the PDP is well primed to relaunch itself to reckoning at the national level, Your Excellency?
That's a very serious question. After our governorship election, because of what we went through in the hands of the party at the center, I was very serious about rebuilding the party to take over power at the center. And everyone knows what I did. I did everything to build consensus. But I think let me put it this way, there are forces within the PDP that are against a cohesive and strong PDP that can take power at the center. I pray that the party overcomes or realizes the need to overcome these forces within the PDP that are placing selfish ambitions and ego above the need to build a strong party that can take power at the center. I am very prayerful, and let me say that at this point that I'm hopeful that these forces that are that are trying to tear the party to pieces, that have the capacity to take the party from one crisis to another and to generate another crisis and be the ones to solve it and move forward from one crisis and so on. I pray that the party survives these internal forces. I have always believed that this country needs two strong parties. I've said that over and over. A strong cohesive party in government, which incidentally the APC is not. But we should also pray for the APC to get their acts together. But clearly Nigeria needs a strong party in opposition, and I agree with what the former head of state, General Abdul Salami, said a few days ago, when he said that the PDP are disappointed because it is not proven to be a strong party in opposition. That is very sad, because I am essentially an opposition man, and I'm very comfortable being in opposition. Very, very comfortable. There are not many governors who can survive the type of election I survived in this state. I believe that my party has a lot of work to do. The party has a lot of work to do. We should pray for it, so that the country can have a real taste of two strong parties. That's all I can say. We are proposing to have a convention. Let's see how it goes. I think that basically the PDP is suffering from having a preponderance of people who have never tasted opposition politics. All their whole politics has always been with a party at the center, using everything for the elections. They should learn from what we did here. Now, before you forget, you guys, you should note that I am the only governor who has won governorship or election in this state on the platform of a party that is different from the party at the center. I'm the only one in this state so far. I'm the only one that has won an election on the platform different from the center in the core Niger Delta states. Of all the governors now in PDP, I'm the only one that has won. In fact, all the governors in this country now, I'm the only one that has won re-election when the center is of a different party. Now, I think later in November, we shall see what happens in Anambra. We shall see what happens in Anambra. But, so, a number of people take this background for granted. And when we see things and we tell them, well, like I said, I will pray that the party survives. Nigeria needs PDP. Nigeria needs a strong party in opposition. And I wish my party and Nigerian democracy the best.
Okay, my purpose, if I have any reaction, quickly take it first.
I do, Christian. From the emails, I saw this one from Mr. Opuni Kalako. Your Excellency, he didn't state where he sends the email from, but he's using this medium to congratulate His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, and Mr. Deke Dixon, on his achievements in all areas of his administration, specifically the education subsector, with the establishment of the Ijaw National Academy and the award of scholarship to the younger generation. He wants to, while commending the governor, also appeal to the governor to address the issue of hostel security at the Ijaw National Academy, saying that there is serious stealing of property, items and beverages, and this is putting the students in an insecure atmosphere, and this might affect their studies. And like I said, it's coming from Punye Kalako.
Okay, Punye, thank you very much. I've received some reports about people stealing foodstuff from not just the Ijaw National Academy, from some of our boarding schools, some of the workers, not people from outside though, some of the workers. But I've asked the welfare people and the school administrators to handle that, and I think they are dealing with it. Let me also talk generally about the cases, very rampant cases of stealing and destruction of government installations and properties. That's going on everywhere. We build a school, by the time you get there again, they are bound to vandalize something. Even things they don't need, they spoil them. For God's sake, what will you be bringing down ceiling boards for? Some are broken, most of them are broken by the time you bring them down. But that's what is happening. They remove cables, so we have to wire and rewire again and again. It's happening everywhere. The entire Peace Park, they have vandalized all the cables. And I've directed the Commissioner for Tourism, this December I want to host the children's show in that Peace Park. But all the cables have been vandalized. I've stolen everything. So there are the type of people who are doing this, and they are very professional. Very professional. I'm told they are not Bayelsans. But people need to sit up. You need to know that I've set up the Education Safety Corps because of that. You see, we are creating institutions in this government, structures that will maintain and support these things like the Education Trust Fund, the health insurance, and civil servants. Even today, some of the messages that came, civil servants were thanking me for the health insurance. They have gotten their ID cards and so on. If they are ill, they don't need to have money. They don't need to save money. Health insurance is getting about 200 million. If a civil servant has a serious case, I can fly that person out. Because there's money, collective funding for that. So now they are getting to know. Those are the things we are doing. So I've also set up the Education Safety Corps, which we will start the recruitment of the people that will protect all our schools. So that all those school guards, security guards, so-called, in the primary schools that are 70-something years, 80-something years, they are security guards collecting salary. Baba, please, time for you to go and rest now. We want to employ your children and grandchildren. I'm going to employ them and train them as Education Safety Corps and post them to all our primary schools, all our secondary schools, all our healthcare facilities, Bayelsans. With that program alone, almost 2,000 young Bayelsans will be employed and trained. They will replace all these old people who are there saying they are security guards. Don't get me wrong, it's good to be old. We are all praying to be old. But when you get old to that level, you have to retire and enjoy your old age. So these are some of the adjustments that you will see very soon. Okay.
Your Excellency, time is running on us, and we know you are very passionate about the things of God. And since you became governor, we've seen positive signs that already you are erecting your structures in heaven. And my colleague, my fellow panelist, Alan Bodatoye, also claims to be very passionate about the things of God. So maybe two of you share something in common. And the next question is about a religious issue. So I decided to reserve that question for him to take that question. Alamo, please.
All right. Your Excellency, is actually a contribution from a listener. He is asking when the ecumenical center will be inaugurated. And then also from another contributor, he is asking...
just the ecumenical center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't shut him out. Let me hear the second one.
He say, this listener is saying, I have a little question, and it goes like this. If an individual blows a wrong whistle,
yes,
unknowingly,
yes,
thinking he or she was sure but was not,
yes,
what actions will be taken against such?
Good, thank you. So you see why this is a very important question. Now, don't be afraid of blowing wrong whistles. Blow any whistle you see. I'm waiting, I'm listening. The phones are here with me. These two phones, these are the phones. We have the 4 numbers in these phones. Send the messages and WhatsApp message and SMS to me. I read them. As I said earlier, you can put your name. You may decide to give out the facts and not put your name. It is the duty of my team to investigate the leads you have given. Just say, so person, not they come work or they collect salary. That's all you say. In so school, in so place. That's all. So person not supposed to be so grade level. That's all you say. You can put your name, don't put it. We will find out. So you don't suffer anything. Feel free. In fact, you have a right to blow a wrong whistle. Let me put it that way. It's our duty to cross-check the whistle. Now on the ecumenical center, yes, this state has every reason to continue to show gratitude to God. I'm a man of faith, and we started that way in this government, and so far so good. People ask me, how are you doing all these things in the recession? They've forgotten that with God all things are possible. And our ecumenical center is getting finished, and as you all know, 2nd November is our public holiday. It's our Thanksgiving Day in this state. And that's why God is leading us. God is leading Bayelsa. So by their Bayelsans, get ready for Thanksgiving Day. That's a public holiday. And I expect all of you to come as we dedicate the ecumenical center. That's the biggest ecumenical center in the whole country built by a government. It's even bigger than the one in Abuja. And that's why we say at least in this respect, Bayelsa is bigger than Nigeria. Bayelsa is bigger than Nigeria in the things of God. So, I expect to see all of you on the day we are dedicating it. The GO, Parabidole, will be here, hopefully, to do the dedication, leading a team of other national and international men of God. Our ecumenical center is a 10,000-seater ecumenical center. And then on the 2nd of November, so our public holiday, our Thanksgiving Day, I hope to see all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And the members of the panelists here were resolved, and we decided to invite ourselves to your dining table, Your Excellency.
My dining table?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you are welcome any day.
Yes, sir. Particularly in view of the harvesting you just made. The plantain, the fish.
Okay. Yes, actually, I have enough to go around, not a lot of bunches to go around. My farm here in Yenego is over 5,000 suckers.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of, even now when we go, my fish there is close to 100,000. 100,000, what do I say? Well, they were fingerlings now, 100,000 table fish. So I'm a big time farmer. I'm not just saying it, I'm doing it. And I'm starting one in my village in Oria too.
Your Excellency, it's not as if we are selfish. They told me not to mention it here. But since I've done it, I have a whole lot of lists here. If you can accommodate everybody. First is the Commissioner for Information, Honorable Daniel Iworiso Maxon, who we don't have a choice. He has to be on the table with us. And then the Chief Press Secretary, Francis Otago, of course, we will accommodate him, but others we will consider. So the others we will consider Tony Tamburi, he's my friend, but we will consider him. Permanent Secretary, Government House, he is also here. Daniel Alabra, Special Advisor, Public Affairs. Solway Fidelis, Special Advisor, Media Relations. I'm talking about those who are present here in the media chats. Dr. John Edumangi, my friend, Director General Policy.
Were you improving on some karate? You don't look like somebody who can withstand karate.
You do things. We didn't get to that level. He's my good friend. Michael Afefia, speechwriter to the governor. Ebizimo Koroye, Director, New Media. A.B. Evinson, Senior Special Assistant on Media to the Deputy Governor. Alfred Kabapado, Senior Special Assistant on Public Affairs. Ekio Benson, Special Assistant on Electronic Media. Tamarako Owesi, General Manager, NDtv. Tarek Kababo, General Manager, Radio Bayelsa. Alfred Biggie, General Manager, New Waves.
You are the one that the whistleblower says they have plenty fake certificates. Now you bring all your nominal roles with their certificates, photocopies of their certificates, to my office before the end of next week. Okay.
Gina Daka Osika, General Manager, Creek FM, that is Radio Nigeria. Agboaye Peter, General Manager, Silverbird Radio. Okomodu John, Representative, Head of Station AIT. Your Excellency, those are those who are present here. Of course, we have the Chairman, Nigerian Union of Journalists, Bayelsa State Chapter, Mr. John Angesa. Those names are called are those that have been written. I'm quite sure there are so many others whose names have not been written. Your Excellency, for almost 2 hours, the narrative here has been a success story of the restoration government and good things to come. I have been told not to speak Swahili today, so I'll go to West Africa. Ghana.
You are representing us very well.
The true people of Ghana will say, Fefe na Yefe, hinting of Batubrika, also in the phone, and yes, the theater. It simply means that when a woman is running, when a woman is running, she holds her chest. It's a thing of beauty to behold. It's not as if those things up there are going to fall off. Your Excellency, it's been a nice time with you. You will have even chosen.
You just spoiled a long time ago. You're very nice for him, sir. You love those things, they are tend to grow. Okay, so
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, we want to thank you, my fellow panelists. West and Akpabio, Ray Power FM 102.5.
thank you.
Joseph McPeckle, Royal FM and Royal Television 95.5 FM and UHF channel 51 on terrestrial television.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for having us.
Alan Bodatoy of Creek FM 106.5.
Your Excellency, it's a pleasure being with you.
Thank you.
Anderson Nekade, NDtv, UHF channel 25.
Thank you very much, sir, as we look forward to the hot plate of fresh fish pepsi.
Thank you.
And the pretty young lady who is observing, Profession Away, Ray Power 102.5. Your Excellency.
Good.
I just looked at her.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, sir. And Your Excellency, my name is Preston Apple. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies, for this lovely time with me. Thank you for the great work you are doing. And my dear good people of Bielsa, nice to be with you. I look forward to see you some other time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Just before we leave, let me also let out a secret. I wouldn't know if it's Swahili background, but I know that Preston was born and bred in Ghana. So I'm not surprised that today he spoke true. The way he did. Your Excellency, yes, sir. With that, we come to the end of today's program. I think we'll just take the national anthem to conclude, Your Excellency. Shall we please also take the national anthem? Thank you very much.
Funny, you don't have nothing left in common. You wanted me to have your heart, now you want it back. Like the promise made to me that you wouldn't trade me for peace. Wasn't easy flying high, now it's Mayday before the task. You try to kill us, I'm trying to pull up, damn, I can't say. You said you didn't need me, I really didn't think that you would leave. You felt on the first night, when you kissed me, I remember what we treated like. I don't feel like it felt on the first night. I was so hard to find you words to say. I didn't feel like it felt on the first night. The same things, like what have you done all my life? I didn't feel like it felt on the first night. I was so hard to find you words to say. Now the kids are looking at me like I'm the blame.